everyone, my name is Tia Marie and this is Power N Blaso. So before we get started, if you want to stay updated with Black artists, Black creators, Black doctors, Black everything, please subscribe to my channel so that you can stay updated with weekly content. And I'll give you a second to do that. Before we get into the interview, Power N Blaso has an online magazine called TeenScape. It's a platform for teenagers to write about the issues that matter most to them. So if you're interested in reading articles from a teen perspective about things like politics, pop culture, feel-good advice, movie and show reviews, please check out the website. It's in the description below and it's right here. So today I will be talking with an exceptional singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist, DAMOYEE'S. Let's get into it. Yay! Hello, DAMOYEE'S.
Hello.
Yay! How are you doing today?
I am doing really well. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to have you here. Thank you so much for being here.
And thank you for having me.
Of course. Oh, could you please tell us a little bit about you, yourself, and what you do?
Of course, my name is DAMOYEE'S and I'm a 20-year-old multi-hyphenate music artist. By multi-hyphenate, I mean I play a multitude of instruments, 16 to be exact. I also compose, produce, sing, songwrite, and arrange. I do it all. I'm currently in Dallas, Texas, and also studying remotely at Berklee College of Music, currently majoring in film scoring.
Okay. And I looked you up on YouTube too. So I saw you perform once at UC Berkeley on like the little video. You were so cool. You were playing the drums. You were playing the piano. Beautifully. It's amazing. You have so much talent.
Thank you. It's Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's a common mistake.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you didn't have that together beforehand. I thought it was usually Berkeley, but yes.
Oh, it's all good.
But it was still a very impressive performance. You already mentioned that you play 16 instruments. That's impressive. Which one is your favorite to play and why?
Ooh, I would have to say piano because it was the first instrument that I learned how to play. I learned at around 1.5, 2 years old. And it's also my favorite writing tool. And, you know, when I hear a new melody or have a new song concept in mind, it's very easy for me to just start tracking ideas on piano first. And then I build all the other instruments around it.
Oh, okay. And may I please ask, what's your zodiac sign? It's been like a recent obsession of mine, and I'd love to know.
So I'm a Libra.
Oh, my mom's a Libra.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am. And you're 20 years old, and you're in college, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you balance your schoolwork with your music career? Because that can be a lot to juggle all at once.
There's a lot to juggle all at once, I will tell you that. But I mean, I stick to a schedule of creating and performing around my school schedule. And I go to a music school, so I believe it's easier than going to like a regular college. And I mean, compared to regular college, I do have liberal arts classes, but as far as core, how everybody has like math and social studies and like language arts, I have like core music classes. So for me, that's like harmony and like ear training and stuff like that. And I still have to write essays, hence the liberal arts classes, but yeah.
Yeah, so I guess going to an art school, it does make it just a little bit easier, but it can definitely still be a struggle. And it's really impressive that you were able to release your whole album out while you were in school as well. Could you please tell us a little bit about that project as well?
The whole truth. I remember when I first started recording, I think it was over the course of 2019, I had some of my high school friends record on the project. And when I first arrived at Berklee, it sort of gave me a chance to sort of network myself as an artist and sort of, tell the new audience that I was acquiring from that, I mean, I'm releasing an album. But yeah, and the process of writing it was definitely interesting and eye-opening, and so much more development from my previous project before that, from the bottom of my heart, because with this one, within each song on that album is a true story. I've been heartbroken, I've been bullied, I have come to self-acceptance and self-love and self-confidence within myself. But yeah, the whole truth is, it's a journey, and it still is.
It does feel like a journey. What's your favorite song? I know mine is One Day. I was jamming to it before you got here.
I mean, I don't know. It's something about that song that just make you want to get up and bust a move. One day, you're gonna find where you've been looking for, and the days will be bright. He said, one day.
Like, literally, I woke up, I listened to it. It makes me very optimistic. It makes me happy. What's yours?
That's a hard one. As performing live, I would have to say Crush.
Crush?
Because, okay, so this is kind of a recent thing I developed over my first year being at Berkeley, but I started doing this crowd participation part towards the end of the song, where I'll be like, I'ma be like, oh, 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 and the people will repeat after me. So that's always the fun part of the show. And Change and One Day are also my favorite ones to play live as well, because of how I do the arrangements. But as far as listening, I would say it's a straight 50-50 tie between Change and One Day. Change being, I played every single instrument on that song except for drums, because I've yet to better my technique at drums. And One Day, just because of the message, like if I could go back in time and give some optimistic words to my younger self, it would be the lyrics to One Day.
Oh, well, I like the story behind your whole entire album. I'll have to play it in order. I've been randomly just playing them and everything, but yeah, One Day definitely has to be my favorite, especially when I get into my down moods. It just lightens my spirits, which is nice. What's the most challenging thing you've had to overcome through your journey as an artist?
I would have to say staying motivated. I mean, the music industry and entertainment in general is tough. I've often received a lot of no's. What they say, you get a lot of no's, and somewhere in there's a yes. But I mean, staying dedicated is very important. And I constantly tell myself that I cannot give up. And, sometimes on social media, the algorithms get frozen. You got to keep going. And sometimes people aren't, feeling your content or your music. You got to keep going. And sometimes people just don't like you for no reason other than, jealousy, envy, you name it. And I have to believe in myself and not let others not let other factors and not let other people, outside factors, determine my worth of success. Be a good person, be good to others, force good relationships, and make art.
Beautiful. And it sounds like you have to develop a lot of self-confidence as well. And what's your most exciting and memorable performance?
I would definitely have to say my first concert at Berkeley during my freshman year. Just all the fun rehearsals and behind the scenes that I went through during the show, and my supportive band, and the ways I did marketing and press, and I had such a supportive crowd the day of the show. And afterwards, almost right after the show, when I said thank you, it's at least 100 people. Me and a few of the bandmates went across the street to this place called Dumpling Palace to go chomp on some Asian food, but some dumplings and some fried rice. But yeah, I would say, I missed the rehearsals. Every time we had a rehearsal, we'd get to this. We get to two songs of mine, This Generation and One Day, and it would just, sometimes we would just forget that we're rehearsing for the cap show and just go into a straight jam session. You take solo, let's just play it out and feel the beat, But But yeah, definitely the calf show at Berkeley.
Oh, well, it definitely sounds like a very fun experience. And like you were able to like run the whole thing, direct the show and stuff like that?
I did it all myself. I
Okay.
held the rehearsals. I did all the arrangements. I also arranged like my own sound, my own setup, and yeah, I did it all.
Okay, girl boss, get into it. And how would you describe yourself as an artist? Do you feel like you ascribe to a certain genre of music?
Um, I would describe myself as a multi-hyphenate music artist, which sort of encompasses everything that I am, you know, composer, musician, multi-instrumentalist, arranger, producing, all, you know, the full list. I don't really claim a certain genre because I don't like to limit myself nor my creativity, although pop feels more natural to me because it's the main style that I grew up on listening. I do absolutely love jazz, which is a style I picked up upon during my first and towards my very first and then towards my very last years of being in high school. And you know, R&B. But yeah, R&B was a genre I grew up through my parents because when they were born and the music that they were raised on, that was a huge genre for them. But yeah, and then recently I've picked up an affinity for folk. But yeah, I like to work in many different genres and styles. I never like to limit myself.
But it's funny that you mentioned jazz because when I was listening to your song, I think it was called Hold On. I had like a jazzy, bluesy kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that you don't limit yourself to just one genre. You're talking about your podcast. You do have one, right?
I am still working on releasing it, but yeah, I created a podcast to accompany my You Are NMS project, or You Are Not My Skin. And there are some really amazing ambassadors who are artists, advocates, activists, and content creators that joined me to give their perspectives on the topics of self-confidence, self-love, and self-expression.
Oh, well, that sounds exciting. What can we do to stay updated on this? Like, where can we go to get the release?
So the song is out. You Are Not My Skin is on all platforms. Search everywhere DAMOYEE. I would say stay updated with me primarily on Instagram because it's usually the first place I announce things where, you know, I have something coming up or I have a gig or if I'm, you know, coming out with some more music. If TikTok is your thing, I'm there too at DAMOYEE, but not for things like concerts or show announcements. I mainly, you know, do some singing, do some duets and a few POVs because I like to touch upon acting. I mean, TikTok kind of taught me how. I do have some upcoming projects for 2021 and beyond, and I'm always working on stuff behind the scenes, a lot of which I can't say anything about publicly until it's cleared. But yeah, Instagram is the best place to hear it first. Also, there's a ton of info and content about me on my official website as well.
Yay, awesome. And I'll be sure to put all of that into the description box. Thank you so much again for being here. I can't wait to see you in the future, see how you grow as an artist and all of your cool music. I'm already a huge fan, so thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And this is Power N Blaso, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
I mean, this was like, I don't know. I'm trying to picture a scene, like a movie, okay, woman, beautiful, brown skin. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, so she's inside the car. I think she just got broken up with. And like she was sad, but now she's optimistic for the future because like everything's going to be okay because she's that girl. So like yeah, she's in a taxi now. She's going home. She's looking out the window. It's raining, and it's a bit of a sad moment, but it's also happy, you know. And the movie credits start going on.